Randy Savage in the late '90s, which is kind of a different version of the Macho Man. He was much bigger. And a lot of people wanted to ask about that too. Was did you notice Randy change as a person? As you know, when he got all thick and he got with Gorgeous George, what was going on with Randy there? For whatever, we're the Macho Mecca Podcast, so we get a lot of Macho Man questions. I wanted to ask you that. Did you guys notice a big change in Randy when that happened?
When he Mach and I always had a great relationship. A lot of people don't know that. We traveled down the road a lot, and in spite of everything, including with Elizabeth, everything, Mach and I always got along really, really well. And Mach, when I didn't see any personality change in him. But talk about a different look, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he made it. I was like, Mach, man, he looked incredible. Might not have been the best for him wrestling wise because he was carrying a lot of good weight, but a lot of extra weight.
Yep.
And he wasn't. None of us were spring chickens anymore at the time.
Right.
But he looked incredible. But there was no big. Mach was always Mach, and there was no, like, if you're talking about or thought people thought his personality changed along with it. No. Mach was Mach.
Yeah.
He looked incredible. He really
Definitely.
did.
Yeah, I mean, even because when he did Spider-Man as Bonesaw McGraw, I mean, he was probably 51, and that was probably the best he ever looked.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know if it was, like you said, the best thing for his wrestling or even for his health, potentially. But I don't know. I had a few of those questions. Yeah, he looked amazing.
As far as training and nutrition, muscle mass, lean, Mach in his late 40s and close to 50, he looked incredible.
No doubt.
Yeah.
He really did.
Yeah.
You didn't see many transformations like that throughout pro wrestling where a guy did that in his late 40s. I mean, I can't really think of many guys that have done that before.
Mach was an all-in kind of guy, man. That's what, with his career, his character, that's what I think was one of his key ingredients to success. He was all in. There was no quit, no. I mean, when I try to bury Mach at the gym, he'd hang with you, man. He was intense, and that's the way he really was. Does he really talk like that? I go, yeah, he really talks like that.
Yeah.
Mach was an amazing guy. I love Mach.
Was the heat between him and Hulkster? Did it feel real at the time? I know as the rap album came out and he did some of those things, and then ultimately they made up before he passed. It sounded like, but was the heat pretty real between them in WCW even?
I always, from my perspective, and that's the only question really Hulkster or if Mach still was could answer.
Sure.
From my perspective, I always thought they were like, they call sibling rivalry or brothers are competitive. They were like competitive, like brothers, almost like family, and there was that intense competition between them, almost like love-hate.
Yeah.
We call it sometimes. Yes. That was kind of their relationship, and then really they both thrived off it in a way. It fed their careers, and they were both at the pinnacle, two of the biggest names ever in pro wrestling. So it was kind of dysfunctional, yet productive at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, made them both better.
It did.
Yep.
It